for a little R&R.
All into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo with you, joining alongside me, but on the other side of the country, Mike Rizzo, who's at the City Place Studios in downtown West Palm Beach, with Christian Cat behind the glass. It is Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3 on your radio dial. Also streaming live, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm. Got you for the next 2 hours on a Thursday edition, a July the 3rd edition, a weekend edition, essentially, of Russo and Rizzo. Hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon. Hope everybody's going to have a wonderful weekend with some bad weather. Mike, have you figured out your 4th of July plans yet?
So I'm trying to do that. It's going to be rainy outside. It's going to be gross. I mentioned before that two guys that we work with, Lucas and Mikey, who we've been out with before, maybe think about doing some plans with them. But certainly, Colin, nothing in stone. I mean, tomorrow could be a good reset day for me, partner, for a number of reasons. I've been traveling the last 2 weekends. I haven't been in West Palm Beach the last 2 weekends. I know you and Christian like to joke around with me about how much of a maniac I am with wash. Count, I'm behind on the wash. I need to vacuum. I got a lot of stuff I got to do around the apartment. So good chance I do that, but there's also a slight chance where I could go out with the boys. But and then Saturday, Inter Miami. And Sunday, I like to just, as I call it, Patrick Star it on the couch, when in the show SpongeBob, when the rock opens up and Patrick's just, full starfish sleeping in the rock. So, yeah, that's kind of
Do that on Sunday. Do that on Saturday.
It could. But I told you Friday, bud, I'm probably going to clean the apartment and get everything back in order and get caught up on laundry.
It's July 4th. What do you mean clean the apartment?
I mean, Colin, it's going to be raining, bud. Where am I going? No hotties at the pool. We're really grasping at straws here. Where? Where?
I don't know what people are asking.
Where? Listen, if I'll
888-760-3776.
How about this?
What should Mike do this weekend for July 4th?
Kyle, how about this? If Lucas and Mikey give me some great plans, I'll go. If they come
great,
up,
not good.
If they give me an offer I can't refuse, I'll listen to it. And then I heard the happy hour with Christina Costanza. Kyle, they're trying to get me to go to that Billy joint.
Joint?
Yeah, they're trying to get me to go to that Billy joint. That country concert. That's what I call country concerts. Morgan Wallen. Oh, okay. I call them Billy joints.
What, do you have a ticket?
They're like $100 for lawn tickets. Now, Courtney would go. We would go. The problem is,
it's a work thing. I thought you were going to say
no. It's not a work
thing.
It's not a work thing. They want me to go, and I might be considering it. I said, might be considering it. Should come with. You in town next Saturday?
Peru.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You're starting your spiritual journey to Machu Picchu.
I wouldn't call it that.
I'm calling it that.
I'll be in Peru.
Kyle,
I'll be in Peru.
Listen, you're 14,000 above sea level. What else are we calling it? It's a spiritual journey, bud.
It's a hike. You're
going to be hiking. You're going to be sleeping in tents. Kyle, you're going to be eating insects.
Mike, they have electricity in Peru, believe it or not.
You're going to be eating insects,
You're going to be using rocks to create fire.
Buddy, you're sleeping in tents. You're going to be doing your laundry in the river.
The 2 sticks trying to put together a fire.
Yes.
He is going to be joining the Aboriginal tribes in Australia.
That's
what Colin's going to be doing for
correct.
Yes,
you're going to be
the people that haven't seen civilization think the airplanes are the gods.
Yes, that kill the tourists that wash up on their shores. That's
what
Colin's saying.
Listen, I forget what Disney movie it is where they're eating the insects and they're passing out. I just envisioned Colin and that going to the Peru, but
Lion King and Timon and Pumbaa.
I think that's it. That's it.
The Grubs.
That's it. It's going to be Kyle. But no, listen, I am looking forward to a 3-day weekend. It's hysterical because I told you guys I've been off. I've been taking vacation days the last 2 weekends. But I woke up. Have you guys ever done this? I woke up this morning. I thought it was Tuesday. And then I look at the thing for about an hour as I'm going through my routine at 7:30 in the morning. I'm like, all right, yeah, what's going on? All right. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We got 2 more days. Oh, wait, no, today's actually Thursday. And, tomorrow we have off. So I've been all out of sorts since I've been back from Buena Vista, Colorado, Kyle.
You should go to that Morgan Wallen.
You think I should go to that Billy joint?
Are you going to buy an outfit for it?
Remember, Mike Rizzo doesn't wear cowboy hats or cowboy boots. So the best I could do.
You're gonna wear a black T-shirt, black pants.
No, I'm not gonna.
Italian slick back hair at a country concert.
No.
Mike, they're gonna kick you out.
Colin, you know me. You've never seen me wear a jersey. I think that's a rare coincidence where I might wear a jersey and my Buckeye National Championship hat with like shorts and sneakers. I think that's what I wear. I think that's what I would wear.
You should go to that as well. Are you a Morgan Wallen fan?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really listened to country music much the past couple of years, but if I was given a free ticket, I would go. I'm not spending money on it.
That's and listen, that's to Christian's point. I just spent $2,000 on the wedding, so like it's like. The vault's closed. It's what I keep telling, our coworkers that want me to go. I said, guys, the vault's closed.
So
all right?
You spent $2,000 on the wedding. What was your wedding gift?
I just, $250 in cash.
Okay.
$250. I give.
Sometimes there's a little
bit
of a resentment when it's a destination wedding.
No, God,
where you're already spending a whole lot of money.
It's a family thing.
It's a family thing, and here's like cousin Katie, Michael, Nicholas. We grew up together. I mean, we see. It's funny because This got brought up during the wedding, Colin. Or actually, no, it got brought up with Dave Druda. I apologize. He's our director of ops. Once you turn 18, like all that fun stuff you did, like visiting your cousins 2 times a year, them coming to your hometown, like that stops. And when that stopped, I didn't see my cousins for a little bit. So like I grew up in diapers with my cousins. It's like, what, I'm not going to give cousin Katie a good wedding present? And let's be honest, guys. They're lying to you. Wedding couples are lying. They want cash. Don't ever listen. Oh, you could give me a microwave. Guys, they just spent $40,000 on the wedding.
Well, they have
want
the catalog,
cash.
Right? What do they call it? The wedding catalog.
What I'm saying is, don't fall trap to that. Just give them $250 in cash.
They put it together.
Don't fall. And what I'm telling you is, Cal, don't fall victim to that. They want $250 in cash that they're going to be able to spend at their beautiful honeymoon that they're on. Oh God, remember? Oh. Honey, it's this much. Oh, just use Riz's money he gave us. Use Mike's money he gave us.
They probably already paid. I mean, maybe in the moment.
You know what I mean? Like, oh God, remember Riz? Remember Riz gave us $250? Yeah, just give him the cash Riz gave us.
That's gonna happen. So your money, you think, is already spent?
Probably. They're my cousin Katie. I think they're. I forget what city.
Oh, be careful here.
Forget what city they're in.
Don't say they're spenders.
Yeah, but they are in a foreign country. And I believe that they've probably spent my $250 I gave them.
Okay. I think that's the right move as well. If you have an opportunity, just give them cash.
Always
that's
cash.
The easy way to do it.
Always cash. And it's just, and doing it to another level. Even when we were younger, I told you about both of my brother and I, our godfathers, live in Los Angeles. Colin, we would get a $100 bill every year for our birthday. It was our favorite present. And my mom would gatekeep it. She'd be like, "You're not getting it. You're not getting. We're saving it." You know what I mean? She would. But Joe and I wanted to go immediately buy the new video game or whatever it was. Cash rules, bro. If you give someone cash for their birthday, ceremony, whatever, it'll always play.
Did you think of getting them something strange, like
no,
like a
God,
knife
no.
set?
God,
like
no. Knife set. What am I going to put that in my suitcase? Hey, TSA,
well,
I promise. This is a wedding gift.
You pay for it. It gets delivered to them.
Yeah, you could be onto something. No, always cash. Always cash. Do you have that? Is there like that? I'm not going to call them out. There's that one person in the family that always gives you that obscure gift. It's like, oh, thanks. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you look at that gift from that specific family member every single year. It's like, oh, they'll give you a freebie that they got from some, event that they were at. It's like, they'll redistribute the gift that they got from some event. It's like, oh, thank you. Thanks.
One of my uncles always gets me lottery tickets, which is always
That's
fun.
old school. I actually like that. That's old school.
Literally worthless, I think, every time he gets me them.
Kyle, is it your Italian uncle?
I don't have an Italian. My dad's an only child, so it's an Irish uncle.
Okay,
but
all right.
Yeah,
I was about to say, it's old school.
He gets me lottery tickets, and then it's scratch-offs, and more likely than not, there's absolutely nothing in them. I have not gotten lucky in the 3 or 4 years. So essentially, he's got me nothing, which is fine. You do it for the thrill.
Exactly.
That rush of dopamine when you got a quarter on it, trying to see if you get anything from it.
My Pa Amaro, my great grandfather, the World War II grandfather, he loved scratch offs. He loved them to the point where we would get him for his birthday. And one year I forgot. He goes, "Mikey," he goes, "where's my scratch offs?" I'm calling him like 11. He goes, "Where's the scratch offs?" I'm like, "Oh God, how the hell did I looked at my mom? 11 years old. I go, how the hell did we forget the scratch offs?"
Have you ever won anything big in a lottery ticket?
Never. I did win though. So like something lottery-esque. Sixth grade, the Halloween Dare Dance in Strongsville, Ohio. Dude, I won, Kyle, this was right when HDMI televisions became a thing. You know what I mean? Because forever with our gaming systems and whatnot, it was the AV plugs. It was the yellow, white, and red plugs. So sixth grade comes around, all of a sudden HD television comes. I won an HD television. Samsung still works to this day. And
wow.
My family members make fun of me. My starter pack is if I'm traveling, say we could travel by car, starter pack is that Samsung TV, Xbox, and some kind of headphones to listen to music. And that thing's been a staple in my life. Brought that thing to college. I still have it. I have it here in Florida, but I just don't use it because, I already have 6 screens. So I don't need a 7th screen. I could set it up. We could go 7 screens, and then I'll never hear the end of it with you and Christian.
Christian, have you ever won something with a lottery ticket?
No, I've probably capped off at $20 winner. That's really the best I've done, and it's a big, I don't know if it's an Italian thing, no, it's not an Italian thing. I get scratch-offs oftentimes for holidays, too.
Okay. And you never get anything either?
No, never won.
Now, boys, speaking of lottery tickets and all that, you want to know what does my head in? For some reason, for some godforsaken reason, I have cash on me, and I want to, get something at the gas station.
You don't want to give it to the homeless guy to your left. That's not what you want to do.
No.
Those are for the singles.
I'm out. Hang on, though. Christian, I promise you, it's getting into something with the lottery tickets. Is there anything worse than getting behind somebody at the gas station doing lottery? I waited. I'll walk out at this point. One time, it was 5 minutes. This guy still wasn't done. I finally looked at the clerk, and granted, I was 18 years old at the time. I said, "Do you think I could pay?" And the guy turned around and said, "I'm trying to win money here."
Wow. Okay.
I don't do the gas station lottery, dude.
You don't like that.
Dude, Colin, you've ever been behind someone who's just nonstop or use those lottery tickets to buy this, and then that one's gonna get this, dude? It's an absolute nightmare. Like I said, for some godforsaken reason, if I have cash on me and I need to spend something at the gas station or get gas with that cash, yeah, I always get behind the guy ripping the lottery tickets.
How does the cash have to do with it? Because I feel like you to pay for gas.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because you got to go inside. Obviously, if you have your card, but sometimes, you have cash lying around in the car, you took out cash, whatever. It's I'll just throw $20 in the tank. More often than not, I get behind the guy ripping lottery tickets.
I would do
That's
that
old school.
When I was delivery driving. The gas station that had the cheapest gas in town, it would have to be cash only, which is still a thing around here too. So I would oftentimes have to get cash in order to buy gas there, and that's annoying. It's very annoying. It happens in supermarkets too. Sometimes they'll have the lottery machine vending machines that you have to buy it from there, but you've got to cash in if your winnings at an actual desk,
right?
An actual register. I get caught when I'm trying to make returns at a supermarket behind those people often.
Yeah.
And you want to know when you've gone too far and you need to reevaluate things if you are in a Walmart for 45 minutes doing scratch-offs. And maybe 45 minutes is putting it lightly because these guys look like they've been there all day.
Yeah. Christian, it's one of my biggest pet peeves getting behind one of those people at the gas station. Colin, the reason I bring it up, it happened to us in Colorado. Where my brother and I had cash on us. We were trying to get gas. To Christian's point, they didn't accept card. So thank God we had cash on us. And we got behind a guy, and no names please, the city. I think you can know which city, Colin.
I don't think it matters what city. I don't think the city cares about the brand.
Are we endorsed by Boulder?
by Denver?
Denver. And we had to wait. We got burned. And it was, like I said, about 5-6 minutes. This individual, I didn't say anything. I just, I get back to the car. It's one of those things where, my cousin and my brother go, dude, what took you so long? And I didn't even get into it. I said, honestly, don't even talk to me. I just sat down. I'm like, I don't even want to talk about it.
888-760-3776. Have you ever won big on a scratch-off? Where'd you get it? How'd you get it? Let us know. 888-760-3776. I am 0 I got no luck with lottery tickets. Same with Mike and Chris. We don't have one person here who's got a moderately sized winning other than Mike getting a TV.
Speaking of, at the Halloween Dare Dance from a raffle with my name on it. Christian's a big loss guy like me. Hugo hit big on the scratch-offs with those godforsaken numbers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Such a good show. Kyle, you watched, right?
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Am I not mistaken?
I think you got it. Yeah. I think you hit the nail on the head. You watch Lost, Kyle?
Yeah.
Unreal
Hit the
show.
numbers, Desmond. Hit the
Unreal show.
numbers,
How about
Desmond.
this? That's back when network television was unreal. That's when network television was unreal. Now it's
2000s.
it's unwatchable now, but
888-760-3776, number to get into Russo and Rizzo. Scratch off lottery tickets. If you ever won big, let us know your story. 888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat taking a time out here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hi, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike. Friday, it's the 4th of July. After you demolish enough hot dogs to call it a sport, we've got you covered with Major League Baseball. First, it's the Yankees and Mets starting at 2:30, then the Rangers and Padres at 6. Baseball, hot dogs, and ESPN 106.3.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine, and our team is a triple threat to big insurance companies.
Don't settle with the insurance companies for a fraction of what your case is worth. We'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
That's the Anajar and Levine difference. Get your free case review right now. We'll help you take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
I'm not going to put away my fireworks just yet because there's another national holiday I wait for every year. And if you're not tapped in yet, you don't have to worry because McDonald's has got you. July 6th is National Fried Chicken Day, and they're throwing a party with deals you won't want to miss. It's a very special day for those of us who appreciate the crispy things in life, the crunchy, juicy, peppery things in life. And McDonald's always knows what to do for my favorite holiday. That's why I've set my alarm to get there early for a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or sweet chicken McGriddles. And if I sleep through it, I know another will eventually get me up for the peppery 3-piece McCrispy strips or 6-piece chicken McNuggets, each for just $1, only in the app. I know. It's a chicken lover's dream. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
You heard it, the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, because if you've been in a car accident, truck accident, something to slip and fall, fell it off your bike, my friends Mark Anajar, Glenn Levine at Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys are the type to fight for you. Glenn Levine even offered me his bike bag for when I traveled out to Colorado with my bicycle for my Ironman race, and they don't even charge you unless you win. They work tirelessly to get you the maximum compensation that you deserve. They got my back. They could get yours too. Don't settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine today because that's the Anajar and Levine difference. All it takes is one phone call to take back control of your life. Don't wait. Call for that free consultation today. That's 1-800-747-FREE. 1-800-747-3733. Take back control now with Anajar and Levine. 888-760-3776. Number to get into the program, Russo and Rizzo. Most you've ever won on a lottery ticket. How'd you get it? Where'd you get it? What was the luck associated with it? Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo, Christian Cat got basically nothing. But let us know your story. 888-760-3776. Jim in Port St. Lucie. Jim, welcome into the program. Jim, what do you got for us?
All right, so I technically didn't win this, but I got a share of it. So I used to have this, psychotic boss at a scrapyard, and we would work routinely 60-hour, 70-hour weeks, and then he would make Saturdays optional, right? So then nobody would come in except for me on Saturdays, and I would get there. He would show up and be like, man, screw this. We ain't going to work. We would go to the nearest gas station in Fort Pierce, and he would start with $1,000 or $2,000 and buy the $30 scratch-offs. And this guy, we wouldn't even scratch the tickets off. All we did was scratch the barcode and scan it. We went from buying the tickets, scratch the barcode, scan it. And the biggest we ever hit was for $10,000. But routinely I would go to work on Saturdays, not pick up a tool, and this dude would end up giving me $1,200 or $800, but
jeez,
just crazy. Like in spite of the other guys not coming to work.
So your Saturdays, your optional overtime work that you guys had would be you watching your psychotic boss at the scrapyard hit the gas station and watching scratch-off tickets, dude. And I'm talking about I think we were there one time for like an hour and 45 minutes, just straight scratching them off. And, I mean, he was a good enough dude. He would give the gas attendant $500 or, $600, but, like, it was just insane watching this dude, just spend money like it was, catching it on fire.
So do you think you said he hit for $10K? Do you think he spent more money buying the tickets, or did he make more money in winnings?
Yeah. I was personally have been with him and spent more money than $10,000 on tickets.
Jeez.
Wow. So I've got a question on that.
I never got through to you guys. It's pretty cool finally getting through.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Jim. So if I'm not mistaken, when you scan a scratch off, it does the ta-da sound like that you are a winning ticket?
Either it makes a bad sound or it makes a good sound, and then the amount pops up on the little screen.
So more often than not, you're getting the same amount of money back.
And look at us like we were psychotic because we're not even scratching the tickets off, just the barcode. And, like, everyone would sit there and stare at us like, what is wrong with these guys?
Would you do this in the parking lot, Jim?
No, you need to scan it.
At the sales counter that we
you have to do it in front of them?
You need to scan it, Kyle. You can't scan it in the parking lot.
I don't know the rules.
Yeah, we never even walked out of the store. We would just do it right in the store.
Okay. Well, guy that holds up everybody at the gas station because you're scanning barcodes on the back of scratch-off.
You're the guy I can't stand, Jimmy.
Literally.
Good call, Jim. Appreciate
Jim, thank you, brother.
888-760-3776. Jim hung out with his boss on Saturdays and spent hours upon hours at gas stations.
Listen, I've never been lottery guy. And I don't want to say I feel bad for people that are, but like, dude, listen to that story. The guy, the boss, the psychotic boss would get $2,000, $2,000. Kyle, what would you do? I mean, $2,000 is the first thing that comes to your mind when you get $2,000 to run to the gas station and start ripping lottos.
But the thing is,
that's insane.
It's odd because it's not just a gambling thing. It's a specific type of gambling. Like, there are a lot more fun ways to gamble away $2,000 than hang out at a Shell and blow it all away.
At least go have some fun at the roulette table.
Right? You know what? I told you I might go out with Mike and Lucas. No, scratch that. I'm going to take $1,000 to my neighborhood gas station, and on the 4th of July, I'm going to sit there and wait till I hit 10K. I'm going to keep buying till not even going to use going to use the barcode like Jimmy and his boss.
So let me get this straight. Clearly, I'm inexperienced in this because I only get the actual scratch-offs when my uncle gets them for me. You have to go and you have to scratch off in front of the gas station?
No, dude, what I think, Colin, scratching off is like fun. It's like the fun part of it to find.
So scanning the barcode.
There's like a Monopoly game on it or Deal or No Deal where you scratch one number at a time and it's
fun.
Yes, it's fun.
The barcode is like eliminating the fun part.
Correct.
And it's just we're getting to business.
I need to know if I'm a winner going down to business.
Wow. Right, because conventionally, after you do the scratch-off game and then you scratch with the barcode, that gives it to the teller. The teller doesn't read, okay, you got 4 4s here.
So you save yourself the actual fun part, and you're just scanning it to see if you won any money.
Colin,
wow.
you're on. Colin,
that is as it gets. Wow.
Kyle, you're on. All right, let me put it this way: you're on a date. You're skipping the drinks. You're skipping the appetizer. You're telling them to forego the dessert. You're going right to what you want to order for dinner.
Bring the check and bring the entree at the same time.
And by the way, you can put that in right now. Put that in right now.
But I feel like that is, yeah.
That's what it is. I mean, you're skipping the whole, the thrill of gambling. Like Christian, to that point.
The thrill is the scratch-off part. That's the fun,
I'm going to take it a step further, too. Like blackjack. You know what I mean? The thrill of seeing if you're going to get 21 when the dealer's flipping the cards. It's like the dealer going, yeah, you didn't get blackjack. And you know what I mean? Like it's taking the fun away
at once. Yeah, like 2 cards at all the same time.
Exactly. It's like taking the fun away of it.
If you had a slot machine, and instead of the bright and shiny lights and the pretty ladies, they get a match or the numbers, it just said winner or loser.
With a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you just press it.
Loser!
That's it. You just cut right to the chase.
Some people want it. Give it to me straight. Give me the veggies before the dessert. That is our pal
I'm sorry, guys. I got to be honest. I think sitting at and fair play to Jimmy and his boss. It sounded like it was more his boss than Jimmy.
Yeah.
But listen, I got to say, man, I think it's psychotic to sit at a gas station and just rip lottery tickets. I really do.
Yeah.
You never had the thrill, really Mike. You got to give it a rip. You got to give it a rip.
God,
you haven't had the thrill.
God, no. And I know
you got to, and without the, you got to have the thrill without the thrill. You just got to skip the scratching off.
I know.
Just get right to business.
Colin, I know people think it's insane that I watch the amount of sports that I do, play video games, watch anime. So to each their own, right? I do stuff that people think is crazy as well, but that is truly. Like sitting at a gas station, ripping lottery tickets is something I don't think I could ever get behind. And Colin, you're not here at the City Place Studios. I walk out during the break and everyone goes, "Oh, Riz." Everyone had their story about the damn guy taking too long at the lotto machine. All right, everyone had their story. Everyone can relate to this.
Now,
888. Go ahead. Go ahead, Christian.
Have you ever played at the bar where they have the little TV in the corner?
Keno? You talking about Keno?
Is it Keno?
It's got a
lucky
name.
Numbers, and you fill out, and you can do it on your phone now, where you're waiting for the ball to hit your thing.
Yeah, it's Keno, and the reason I bring that up is because bartender, the bar that I would work at nights, obviously too jam packed, everyone's there to have a good time. But I would pick up shifts at a sister bar where they did have Keno. Do my head in when guys would just sit there writing their numbers. I'm a winner. I got like 3 people that actually want to get drinks and food and want to tip me, and I got guy in the corner. I got guy in the corner yelling at me because he won $2 in Keno.
Well, when bars actually have the casino-related, gambling-related stuff available, it's a hoot. It's a blast if you're with a group of people.
Is it?
And one of the guys wins because then you're obligated to get everybody around. You're obligated to get everything go. I was once at Madison, Wisconsin, and one of the bars there has it's a poker machine. It's like Texas Hold'em and blackjack. So people would just play blackjack against a computer, which is the dumbest thing in the world. Because
correct.
It's just made to beat you. But they're doing
That's
it
illegal.
against
They can't actually do that.
Is that
it.
Yes.
It's in a bar. I don't know who's the gambling commission.
Yeah.
They're checking up on it. But they would play, and one time we were there on a Friday for Friday after class. So the deals were, it was $1 White Claws, $1 beers, and $1 grilled cheeses. And I had a buddy who won big on like a $500 thing, and he made $500 like winning on blackjack. And what he did is he went to the bartender. We probably had a group of 7 or 8 people, and he goes, "Get me 50 grilled cheeses and get me 50 beers, and I'll see you guys in 5 minutes." And then they did that, and then we brought it out to a corner, and it was 50 grilled cheeses, 8 dudes, and 50 beers because our pal won. That's why I always have a soft spot for that.
And listen, you talk about dollar White Claws and stuff. So there was this place at OU, boys. It was called Red Brick, and they would do dollar happy hour. Guys, vodka soda's $1. Red Bull, like any liquor drink you want. Obviously, it was well liquor, but $1. Talk about blacking out at the pregame. I mean, geez. We had buddies. I almost had to put him.
College like that.
Colin, I almost had to put a buddy in. I almost had to wheelbarrow him back to South Green because he had a little bit too much to drink.
888-760-3776. Have you won big at one of those roadside, bar side, gas station side blackjack games against a computer? If you have, let us know. 888-760-3776. Ernie in Boynton Beach joins the program now. Ernie, welcome in. What's up?
Welcome. Thank you for taking my call. I had a scenario a long time ago. I was bartending in Atlantic City because I used to work at Trump Plaza. So right next door, you can't. If you work at the casino, you can't play at that same casino. You can gamble somewhere else. So I walked over to Caesars because that Caesars right next to Trump, and I'm there for like a good hour and a half, 2 hours in the same slot, 2 hours or so. Well, I put the last bit of money. I give it a pull. Nothing. I lose. Not knowing there was this old lady right behind me, just waiting for me to get off the chair. She sits down, puts one bar. I don't know what she put in, but she puts it just whatever it was, whatever denomination it was. She puts it in. She pulls the handle, and she wins the jackpot. She wins. I think she won like $150,000. It was something like that. Jeez. And I'm looking at this lady like, that could have been me. She's like,
what's the movie, Ernie? Like, yeah, it should have been me.
Yes, that's exactly what I screamed. It should have been me. And the guy was like, you should have stayed a bit longer. I was like, wow, that's
fall to your knees at a Caesars in Atlantic City. You're not the first, Ernie. Like, no. Not the first, Ernie. Wow, how about that? That's got to be as bad as it gets. Appreciate the call, Ernie, for chiming in. Ernie, wow, that could have been him. $150,000. It's
right
always
down
the old
the
lady.
Well, no.
It's always the old lady.
Correct,
at the airport
correct.
Or something like that.
The thing is, I feel like I think I know this. It's a random number generator, and it's not guaranteed that next spin will have netted you that win. I know it takes away a little bit of the fun. But what is guaranteed is the actual scratch-off. So if you're going for this colorful green scratch-off, that's $5, and you take 3 of them, and yours are all losers, someone comes from behind you, gets the same one, and gets the 4th, and he wins. That's when you really feel like you got the raw end of a deal. Just by the luck of the scratch-off roll, that's why I became the loser.
So, Christian, I think you have experience playing blackjack. Colin refuses to go to Vegas, so God knows if he'll ever be able to, relate to this story. But
I don't play blackjack.
There is something to this where you're really hot on a dealer at a blackjack table, and then a new dealer comes in, a la the cooler, and you lose your first 2 hands, you immediately get up. Say you've been winning, you've been on a streak, and then they bring in a new dealer and you lose the first, you got to get up. That's my uncle's rule. Got to get up.
And it's unfair to the guy because or the lady, you automatically hate them.
Right.
They didn't put the cards
exactly.
there.
Exactly.
Those cards would have been the same exact cards that you were dealt no matter who the dealer was sitting there. Could have been Satan himself, but you're still going to get a 10 and a 6 and feel screwed when you're going against a dealer's face card.
So, CCAT, Vegas 2023, it was that same trip where I went to the Encore Beach Club, Kyle, that I tell you about. You're missing out on Vegas. Anyway, my uncle drove in from L.A., and, I remember I was texting him. I'm like, yeah, we're winning, whatever. He gets in. He immediately sits down. He sees me winning with this thing. With this dealer, and then she gets up. Guy comes in, says some cheesy line. My uncle goes, get up. And we got up.
You didn't even get a hand from him?
Didn't even get a hand from him. My Uncle Johnny goes, get up.
Temperature of the room changed. Didn't feel right.
Said some cheesy.
Yeah, that's a gut feeling.
Said some cheesy line because I just won a big hand, and my uncle goes, get up. And honestly, after that, we kept tabs on that table. Everyone got rocked after that too. So he was onto something. He was onto something. Wow. What game would you play, Kyle? Would you play a game?
I love roulette.
God, dude.
Roulette.
So then, if you love roulette, what do you like doing on roulette? Because there's a bunch of different ways you can do it.
Red, black, numbers.
Black even.
I like that.
Black even.
I like playing the outsides. The insides.
50% chance you split, 25% chance you win big, and you lose everything 25%.
Well, no, if that was the case, then everyone would do it. It's a little bit less than 50, a little bit less than 25 because of the green.
Yep. So, Kyle, it's funny you say roulette. You're an Entourage guy as well. when they walk into the roulette to the casino and they bet like red or whatever. One of my favorite lines in that is like when Turtle goes, it's going to be a good weekend when you immediately hit the red. And then they proceed to go down like $100K, and Ari gets worried that his girls are going to be going to community college because all of his money's on the table.
Roulette's a blast. And I know you don't control your own destiny, but that's part of the fun. It's like the rolling around. That's the whole fun of it. That's the only thing I'll do, and I'll do that very, very sparingly given the opportunity. 888-760-3776. Biggest winnings: lottery ticket, scratch-off ticket, airport, bar, back of the bar. There's a blackjack machine.
Ooh.
Biggest wins, let us know. 888-760-3776. Colin Russo, Christian Cat, Mike Rizzo taking a time out here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. Two of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Ready to reward your team or wow your clients? The Alley at Lone Depot Park is your go-to destination for elevated group outings with the Marlins. Premium hospitality, located just feet from the field, puts you right in the action. A vibrant atmosphere and a night out they'll never forget. All taken care of for you. Enjoy the excitement of Marlins baseball and a truly unique experience. Don't wait. Book your company's night at the game. Visit marlins.com/groups.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
Russo and Rizzo rolling on here on Thursday, July the 3rd, 2025 on ESPN 106.3. Also on your radio dial at ESPN 106.3. And also streaming live, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter/X, all those great places. Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat with us. Gambling, lottery tickets. Never won big. That's why I don't try. Unless it's with Hard Rock Bet and I'm betting on something I actually know, like sports. I don't know what the next card is going to be for blackjack.
But I have a book that you could study that'll give you the best odds to win at blackjack.
You read a book?
Correct.
On winning blackjack.
My uncle actually sent it to me. There's
the book. There's like an index card that'll tell you everything you gotta do.
Exactly. So
unless you want to count cards, then
that,
you can
yeah,
do it
that, and then they will throw your ass out of the casino. Okay,
cards. That's what I'm hearing.
No. It statistically gives you the best odds to beat the house. That's all it is. And I studied
That's counting cards, right?
No, it's not.
No,
it's not counting cards.
You still don't have if you play by the book, the perfect blackjack, you still have less than a 50% chance of actually profiting, but you have the best chance that you can without counting cards.
Like, Colin, let's put it this way. Every time we go somewhere that I know we're going to be playing blackjack, I'll have my uncle send me that, and I'll study it and I'll look it over. But it's like, if you see a dealer, like if a dealer has a showing a 3 and you have like 15, you're going to hold, because it's a good chance that the dealer is going to have to keep drawing cards. Yeah. And the more times the dealer draws a card, the better chance it is of busting. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, you're going to hold at a 14 or a 15 if a dealer's showing a 3, a 4, a 5. Now, if a dealer's showing 10 and you have 15, you better hit on 15. Yeah. You know what I mean?
888-760-3776. Biggest winnings. Lottery, Motel 6 lottery system, whatever it might be. Let us know. Chuck in Wellington joins Russo and Rizzo. Chuck, welcome in. What's up?
Hi. My biggest win wasn't even money. While I lead Scarlet and Gray on Saturday and Orange and Brown on Sunday, we have Dolphin season tickets. And I entered the Can and Shoot Like a Pro contest and won a $750 Canon 2 weeks after I bought a Nikon, and got to shoot the first quarter of the, at the time, Dallas Dolphins game.
A camera you're talking about?
Yeah, with a camera, and they gave me one of those $5,000 big white zoom lenses to put on it.
Nice
to use. Yeah, but
Chuck,
the problem was they.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, you're a photographer?
So, but there, I was just. Yeah, well, I had when you go in the field during a game, you have a keeper who is also a Browns fan. So we're listening to the Browns game on our phone while I'm doing this. But they kept you to one half of the visitor's sideline. So the best shots I got were candids of like T.O. and people like that. But the Dolphins photographer, who was kind of snotty, said, well, do this and do this and do that. And says, I got to take your picture with some cheerleaders. And so he takes about a picture with cheerleaders. And I took photography. I know the first thing you do is watch your background. So I get this picture. I got a cheerleader in each arm, the camera, and the goalpost sticking out of my head.
Wah, wah, wah.
Now, Chuck, are you from Ohio?
Columbus.
OH, brother.
LIO.
Appreciate the call, Chuck.
My man, Chuck. My man, Chucky.
That's enough of that. Thanks, Chuck. Chuck, so he won a contest to get a camera.
And he got to shoot on the side of on the sidelines at a Dolphin game.
I didn't even realize that was a thing they handed out.
It's awesome, though. You ever done that? Obviously, we do photography for our high school events around here. But have you ever done it, Kyle, for like the Badgers back in the day?
I don't have a camera. I don't have a camera.
So we did it. We did it. I didn't do it at Ohio State because I never really wanted to get into shooting or whatever. But I had to fill in for somebody when I was interning at WOUB. God, it's a different animal. I mean, even down here on the high school sidelines, you have a chance of getting hit. But the college level, Kyle, I almost got smoked like 2 different times on the sideline. Because I'm like, you got the it was a bigger camera that I was using. You know what I mean? It wasn't. Chris, let's put it this way: it's like what the TV guys were using, and I was just so infatuated with what was going on in the play, I didn't realize. And I heard, "Son, move!" and it was just some old timer, and I like friggin' jumped out of the way. But yeah. He called me son. That's how you know it was getting close. But yeah, I almost got smoked.
So from Chuck and Wellington winning that camera felt more like a raffle. To win. Have you guys ever won a raffle before?
I told you Halloween Dare Dance in 6th grade. That's when I won that Samsung HD TV.
Right.
It was a raffle. And they're like,
I don't think I have
Michael
either.
Rizzo, all my friends, I went crazy.
I'm waiting on that moment. I'm waiting on that car at a mall when you put your phone, your email down so they can send you the marketing updates.
So you always do sign up for those. You fill out the piece of paper?
I will understand the pros and the cons, and then I will make my decision. More likely than not, I will throw.
You sign your life away, Kyle?
On there, yeah. Did that at the Dolphins game once. You had to put your email in to get access to a pot, which they handed out at some point in the game, and the pot kept rising and rising, sort of like what the Panthers do. And I threw my email in there, and then I actually had to submit a bunch of information. I was like, we're not going to do this. This is okay. So I passed on that. But that was you contextually, is it going to be that much work to sign up? And do I have to give anything up in return for it? And then you got to make your decision after that.
There was a car dealership when I was living in Oklahoma I think this is a common thing, where they would almost put a fake scratch off or a scratch to win in your mailbox. So they'll stuff it with all the other spam and junk mail that you get. So I tried it out once, and apparently, you're pulling tabs and you undo this thing and it says that you are a winner and you feel like you won the lottery and you feel like I am the luckiest man in the world. But apparently that's not the case. And I learned this almost the wrong way because I told everyone that I was texting with at that time. I told my mom. I told my girlfriend. I said, I just won a massive prize from my local car dealership in Oklahoma. And it turns out it's if you buy a car from them, then you win the prize.
Colin, you did the same thing recently here.
That's
you literally rewind 5 months ago.
That happened to me in West Palm. This is a real no names, please, car dealership moment. But I got one of those in the mail. And yeah, Christian, it's like a scratch off. And they make a big theatricality out of it. You're a winner. And mine was $7,000. So I looked up the rules. I was reading the back. I was doing all of that. And I was thinking, I think I could get away with this. I might need a lawyer, but I think I could get away with this. So I showed up to the car dealership. And I met up with one of the guys. And I sit down. And, I definitely look like that guy.
Yeah, you're the mark.
That guy walking into the dealership with a bright green, blue, and pink lottery scratch off.
What did I win?
And I had to sit the guy down, and I go, first things first, I'm not buying a car. All right? I'm not buying a car. I don't know if you want me to buy a car. I'm not buying a car. I have a car. I drove my car here. Do I get I'm not trying to waste your time. Do I get $7,000 here? And he goes straight up, no. All right, that's
and he got up.
Yeah, better the guy than me. If that was me, before I learned this, I'd be there for 6 hours before I would eventually passive-aggressively be like, I think I'll think about maybe I want this 2024 SUV that'll be generational depth if I were to buy it right now. I'll think about it, knowing full well I went there for the 7 Gs.
I really respected this guy for being straight up with me because I was like, dude, not trying to waste your time. You got a job to do. I got to get to work. I'm not buying a car. I have a car here that I literally drove here. I brought it here. Not getting a car. I won this. Says $7,000. Do I get my money? No. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
And then I walked away, gave him a handshake, and we went on our separate paths, and I was a little disappointed driving home, but I felt better that the guy did not waste my time. Because if he tried to sell me on, he starts bringing out the pamphlet, this car is, $32,000 instead of $37,000. I'm like, dude, not in the market. Not your guy. So I thought I had something.
Kyle, you can put down $1,000 a day and then have a car payment that's through the roof for 50 years. What do you mean?
Yeah.
You don't want that brand new?
I don't need 2 cars. I'm okay. I'm not selling my car. We're okay. Thank you so much. But I appreciate it. So Christian, that happened to you. They do that here in West Palm Beach as well.
Sounds like we got to. So what I've learned.
That was the only time I've ever won a scratch.
what I've learned. Yeah, correct.
That was the only time.
What I've learned on the 4th of July, a la tomorrow, I'm going to sit at a gas station, bring $1,000, not scratch off the actual lottery ticket, just scan to see if I won. I'm going to go down to the local casino. I'm going to play blackjack. I'm going to read by the book and get the best odds. I'm going to try to get on Dolphins, who's playing this weekend. I'm going to shoot something with a camera, and we're going to have a great weekend.
All right.
Mike, you got to set your plans.
Listen, it sounds like I figured it out.
You and Christian Cat can head over to a gas station and just start scanning
Christian, just bring 1,000 in ones. Just sit there with a stack until it's gone.
I almost got a better idea. I want to go to the Marlins game this weekend, but unfortunately, I can't go for absolutely free, unlike one of our lucky fans and listeners right now.
Sunday, July 6th, a 1:40 game of Marlins Brewers is on the line. Yes, you heard that right. A 4-pack ticket bundle that we are handing out here on ESPN 106.3. That, again, Sunday's game. The weather's not going to be good here in South Florida. It's going to be a lot of rain, a lot of thunderstorms. So because of that, keep an eye out. Go to Lone Depot Park down in Miami. Bring the family, bring your friends, bring your grandmother, bring whoever you want to bring to Marlins Brewers 1:40 first pitch on Sunday because we're handing out a 4-pack of tickets. How do you get involved? It is simple. You call in. 888-760-3776. Speaking of luck, Christian, lucky number caller is going to be what number today?
We're going to go number 5 today. Lucky number 5.
Lucky number 5, speaking of lottery tickets, speaking of scratch-offs, lucky number caller 5 will get a 4-pack to Marlins Brewers this Sunday, July 6th, 1:40. 888-760-3776, number to get into the program. That's 888-760-3776. Call in right now. Caller number 5 will get Marlins Brewers tickets. 888-760-3776. Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo entering into the second hour of the program right here on ESPN 106.3.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Woohoo! Hear that? That's what having fewer hot flashes and night sweats can sound like. Veoza is the #1 prescribed hormone-free treatment FDA approved for moderate to severe vasomotor symptoms, also known as hot flashes and night sweats, due to menopause. Veoza can cause serious side effects, including liver problems. Your doctor will do blood tests before and during treatment. Stop Veoza and call your doctor if you have symptoms of liver problems, such as feeling more tired than usual, decreased appetite, nausea, vomiting, itching, yellowing of the eyes or skin, pale stool, dark urine, or stomach pain. Don't use Veoza if you have cirrhosis, severe kidney problems, kidney failure, or take CYP1A2 inhibitors. Ask your doctor about Veoza. To learn more, call 1-866-239-1637 or go to Veoza.com. That's VEOZAH.com.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
The pricing you've been waiting for is back at Greenway Kia of West Palm Beach. Get a new 2026 Kia Sportage for $249 a month, a 2025 Kia K4 for $199 a month, or a 2024 Kia Telluride for as low as $38,998. Save up to $11,000 off MSRP on select new Kias and get up to $6,000 over Kelley Blue Book for your trade-in. Job bringing home $350 per week? We want to approve your credit. Call 800-NEW-KIAs or visit Greenway Kia, WestPalmBeach.com for the Kia Summer Sticker Sales event. Make the most of your summer.
We want to see ya in a Greenway Kia.
With approval through KFA, stock number SG005991. MSRP $45,235. 24-month leases. K4 $39.99. Sportage $39.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles each per year. 0 security deposit plus tax tag and $9.99 admin fee. Discount includes all Kia factory rebates to dealer. Negative equity refinanced. Offers don't combine. Expires July 15th, 25.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
This is ESPN 106.3, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Find official rules for all your favorite ESPN West Palm contests by visiting ESPNWestPalmContests.com. That's ESPNWestPalmContests.com. You're listening to ESPN 106.3, the ESPN app, and streaming on your smart speaker.
What would you do with an extra $700? You can earn up to $700 per year with Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Boost Checking pays 7.0 annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's up to $700 extra to do what you love. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit one checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, proud partner of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
I'm not going to put away my fireworks just yet because there's another national holiday I wait for every year. And if you're not tapped in yet, you don't have to worry because McDonald's has got you. July 6th is National Fried Chicken Day, and they're throwing a party with deals you won't want to miss. It's a very special day for those of us who appreciate the crispy things in life, the crunchy, juicy, peppery things in life. And McDonald's always knows what to do for my favorite holiday. That's why I've set my alarm to get there early for a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or sweet chicken McGriddles. And if I sleep through it, I know another will eventually get me up for the peppery 3-piece McCrispy strips or 6-piece chicken McNuggets, each for just $1, only in the app. I know. It's a chicken lover's dream. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
F45 Training West Palm Beach offers functional group fitness classes reimagined. Sign up for F45 today and visit their West Palm Beach location. Featuring high-intensity group workouts that are fast, fun, and results-driven, F45 always has the right workout for you. Not to mention, it takes just 45 minutes. Visit F45training.com today to find a studio near you and officially join the F45 Training family. F45, team training, life-changing.
Now, it's time for a little R&R.
All into the bucket, lays it up and in.
Ball game, Rizzo! Live in the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, this is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
This team is going to be tough when they finally get it together.
Sit back and relax. Let Russo and Rizzo take you home.
Oh, mercy! Light him up, Colin!
Second hour, Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat with you. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/X at ESPN West Palm. If you missed any of the program today, you want to listen back, go listen in podcast format. We got it up, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Just look up Russo and Rizzo. Congratulations to Mark in West Palm for winning a 4-pack to Brewers Marlins this weekend at Lone Depot Park. Sunday, July 6th. He is lucky number caller 5. He won a 4-pack to Marlins Brewers. Congratulations to Mark. Enjoy the game this weekend. I know the weather will be cruddy, so no better time to go enjoy some baseball in a roof ballpark down in Miami. So we got a pack next hour, and it starts with bouncing around a little bit, having a little fun with our producer, Christian Cat. Let's 5 at 5, presented by Flagler Credit Union.
5 topics.
High five.
5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's get out of here.
Endless takes.
You can't handle the truth.
All gas, no brakes.
And it's shaking big time.
It's time for The 5 at 5.
Hold on to your butts.
Presented by Flagler Credit Union, proud supporter of FAU athletics. Earn up to $700 per year with boost checking from Flagler Credit Union. Number 1.
We start on the diamond because this time of year, that's where all of the action is. As much as we want to talk about the NBA offseasons, or rather, don't want to talk about the NBA offseason, we've got games going on right here, right now. Nearly a great comeback from the Yankees last night, ended up in a loss. Yeah, Clayton Kershaw making baseball history. But what if we wanted to make a change to the game that we love? A change to America's pastime. Take a listen to this idea from Talking Baseball's Jake Storiale.
Trav, I want to get rid of the intentional walk. People say, okay, well, they'll just throw 4 straight balls, like kind of what we used to do. If there was a rule that, like, if you threw 4 straight balls, you got to run around first and the batter could stay if they wanted, I'm workshopping this. So if the pitcher throws 4 non-competitive pitches, the batter can choose if they could stay up. Something like that. I don't have it figured out. If Aaron Judge is up, or Cal Raleigh, or any of the best hitters of the game I just mentioned, who kids are going to the games to see, that creates the future of baseball. James Wood got intentionally walked 4 straight times. That stinks. I want to see James Wood hit. I don't know the solution. I'm opening up to the people in the board. Say it's a 3-0 pitch to Aaron Judge. That pitch just get a lot more exciting.
What do you think about Jake's idea for changing baseball a little bit more? We've seen change in the past 5 years. One step further, trying to de-incentivize the intentional walk.
De-incentivizing it is the right wording for it. But 4 non-competitive pitches, number one, you're going to need an umpire to determine whether there are non-competitive pitches or not, because 4 straight pitches on a walk. Go ahead, Christian.
That's in like the rule book. That's what they describe a ball as.
Right. So if that's just going to be, if you get down to a 4-0, the batter can decide if he wants to stay. I mean, if there is a pitcher who can't find the plate, or are we just going to keep playing this game? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what the inverse of that would be, what the effect would be. I understand the idea of trying to combat it, but the real way to combat it is to get a better lineup if you're a team that has a great singular hitter.
And that's where I was going to go. You don't need to get rid of it. Just find a way to maneuver around it. You want to know who would love this? Would be Barry Bonds, man. Barry Bonds, I think, I'd have to look it up. I think he was intentionally walked more than any other player in the history of the game.
If they're trying to dance around the plate to Barry Bonds, but he can stay in the box, all of a sudden you have Bonds leading off the inning, and he hits a grand slam. Like, that's how that would work.
I'll say this, like, I agree with them that fans are, you want to build the game. Fans are there to see James Wood hit, to see these great players. If they're getting intentionally walked, kind of stinks. I'm not going to sit here and deny that, but it's part of the game. To be honest, boys, I hate to be get off my lawn guy. Let's stop changing the game. Like, why? Like, I understand, like, the pitch clock was great. It sped up the game, so whatever. Like, what are we changing next? If we change
they're about to get rid of the umpires.
I mean, I'm for that. It's funny because
so now all right.
Okay. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I think the strike zone's a little different because I think there is the strike zone is the strike zone. I don't care that the whole blue over there is calling it different. A strike zone is a strike zone. We could all agree on that.
I love Mike's point here because getting rid of the umpires is not changing the rules. It's actually enforcing the rules.
Right.
We're not changing the speed limit. Now you got a radar gun there.
But to Colin's point, I just said let's stop changing things. That would be change. But to Christian's point, I think it would help. So I don't know. I think you keep the intentional walk. It stinks. It's part of the game, guys. It's part of the game.
But maybe it doesn't have to be. Just because it's part of the game, it's a flaw in the game. That's like essentially an intentional walk is baseball's version of hack-a-shack, intentional fouls. We can all agree that free throws are a very boring part of basketball, and no one watches free throw highlight clips, and we all don't watch the highlight tape of Aaron Judge getting the free pass. Let's get rid of it if we can.
One thing I'll say, though, is how much offense-favored changes can you make in a short period of time? You've shortened the pitch clock. You've gotten rid of all the residue stuff. You've made the bags bigger. You've juiced the baseball.
Ghost runners.
How many things can you do to help the offense on top of this? At a certain point, you're band shifting to an egregious level. how many times can we really put things into favor of the batters again? That's the one thing I would say.
Well, didn't we have a crisis before where offense was down at the beginning of the season? And they were talking about how the seams on the baseball were too high or too low. And we talked about maybe lowering the mound to up offense. I think there's a good harmony between offense and defense right now that can actually get some tweaking that wouldn't damage the game.
Right, but in the short term, like what you mentioned at that same point, we were also talking about if we were going to ban these torpedo bats when 5 home runs were hit in the first game against the said Brewers by the Yankees, and we were determining rule changes, on April 2nd. So that was a similar thing that happens as well. Baseball is the great equalizer. It's all going to even itself out. I don't know if there's a course for overcorrection for it. Maybe there's a penalty if it happens more than once. That would be the one thing. I don't think you could do it batter-by-batter basis because I think there's part of strategy defensively to intentionally walking. It's a strategy thing. All right, this guy's on base. Does the team have the cojones to put in a pinch runner? Can that guy run the bags? Like, there's a strategy attached to it. So I think just making it batter versus pitcher, I personally don't think you need it. I understand the complaint. Maybe if you do it more than once in a game, or after the second time that it's done, or the first time that it's done, you can make a punishment attached to it. That's how you do it. You don't do it the first time or second time.
But the thing is, but it's done being an intentional walk. How can you get away with an intentional walk? Pretty easily. You lost control. Anytime someone gets walked a second time in a game, then you enforce the rule?
I'll say this, too. If you get rid of the intentional throw for uncompetitive pitches, you have the risk of it being a wild pitch or something, and maybe someone's already on base. All of a sudden, the base runner's moving on over because you're intentionally trying to throw a terrible pitch.
Just a balk. You just make that a part of the balk rule?
You're just on it, but another thing about it, too, is let's say you need to avoid the 4, and you just need to get, a strike, a foul tip, something like that. There's going to be that's just adds to the whole nuance of, he's at 3-0 here. He has to throw a strike here, or else whatever punishment is coming for him because he threw 4 straight balls or something like that. It's just a little too much for me. I don't think the course for overcorrection is that much. What the bottom line is, Washington Nationals need to get a little bit more firepower. That's what needs to happen. Teams that have singular batters that can get pitched around need better lineups to accommodate.
Let's put some respect on C.J. Abrams, though. Kid's got some pop.
We don't want to turn Major League Baseball into the Savannah Bananas. Banana ball.
Stop.
Mike's favorite alternative.
My biggest nightmare. Biggest nightmare.
Man.
It's a family-oriented event.
They're packing stadiums.
Football.
And ESPN has the rights, but they're not upgrading the rights for Major League Baseball. Make sense of that.
Number 2.
Let's go to games that did happen last night. I mentioned Clayton Kershaw. He made history in the 6th inning.
The ravine rises, ready to erupt.
That was Joe Davis on the call. 3K, 3,000 career strikeouts for Clayton Kershaw against the Chicago White Sox. The Dodgers eventually won that game on a walk-off. So now we have 3 active Major League Baseball pitchers that have or at least have 3,000 strikeouts, as Kershaw is stuck on that number. Kershaw, Scherzer, Verlander. Power rank those 3 arms that are really the best of our time right now.
Kershaw had the best prime. I'd probably take Verlander in the postseason over all 3, though.
Scherzer was unreal in 19, but I understand the point.
But Strasburg was the best pitcher on that team in that run.
He was.
I would probably go Scherzer 3, Kershaw 1, Verlander 2. I can't believe I did that opposite because I was going to do the other way. I think I'll do Kershaw number 1.
Kershaw's number 1. What's sad about Kershaw, Colin, never really was able to enjoy one of those championships they won.
He played well in 2020, but they were playing in Arlington.
Exactly. And then this, the recent one, he's old. I like that he was able to get some rings. I feel like when people think back about Kershaw, they're going to think he didn't get the job done in his prime. Baloney. The guy was the best pitcher in baseball and has the best numbers. Kershaw is definitely number 1. Colin, you might get on me for this. I'm going to put Scherzer 2 because Verlander was part of that cheating Ponzi scheme. Verlander 3. I can't stand Justin Verlander. I can't stand him from his time in Detroit, beating up on the Indians for as long as he did, and then to figure out he was part of that the biggest cheating Ponzi in North American sports. Yeah, he's 3, and he belongs at 3 because he's a part of that disgraceful team.
What's the biggest cheating scandal in South American sports?
I'm sure something soccer related.
Yeah,
football
Argentina.
related, probably football related. But obviously, boys, that strikes a nerve. Those Astro teams, but Verlander's unreal. Verlander belongs at 2, but because of the cheating Ponzi that he was a part of and those scumbags in Houston, he's 3.
You know what? Since the players were not punished, I think you are well within your rights to punish them in any way possible. Yeah. And if it is as insignificant as a 5-at-5 power ranking between 3 of those arms, then he deserves it.
Who said that's insignificant? Who said that's insignificant?
It's okay. Listen, he's probably onto something, but he's 3 for that reason. I don't think if they're all able to get in, Bregman, that cheating, Altuve, who I probably can't stand the most, Verlander, I'd gatekeep the Hall of Fame because they cheated.
Yeah.
I'd gatekeep it. I really would. If we're not going to put in Bonds, why the hell should I put in a bunch of cheating, into the Hall of Fame? They cheated. They both cheated.
I don't know how they're going to handle that.
But Kyle, just know, if that happens, wherever I'm at, I'm screaming at a wall if one of those guys gets in because they're keeping out Bonds and company.
I do know how they're going to handle that, because if they're using steroids as an unfair advantage, there is no bigger unfair advantage in baseball history than knowing what pitch is coming beforehand. That is unarguable, if you ask me.
And Christian, listen, I'm all angry as an Indians fan who played him twice. Christian's a Yankee fan. But put that in perspective, how New York fans feel about that situation.
On the flip
side,
they
got it worse, Kyle. They got it worse.
100% right. The principle, I agree. If you're going to stick to your guns, it's probably the right way to do it. The one thing is Altuve is a great postseason player, with or without knowing what the pitch is coming. We all know that. Yankee fans should know that. We all know
do
that.
we? But are we sure?
Yeah, yes, they got punished for 2017 season, but there is a lot of questionable actions from that organization in the postseasons after that one that they were not admittedly.
Well, the buzzer game when he hit the walk off against the Yankees.
Exactly, and he's going up to home plate, dude. Don't attack me because I got this apparatus around my stomach that is vibrating me every time there's a 95-mile-an-hour pitch going right across the middle.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
ridiculous.
That makes you a lot better of a postseason hitter.
That's all true. We know that but the thing is, they did win one clean.
Yeah. Listen,
gotta say that.
If we zap you one time, all right, that's how you know it's going to be a fastball. So don't be sitting on the off speed. I can't take that. Listen, now I'm opening up old wounds. I don't know.
I agree though. I think if you're going to stick to your guns, you don't put them in. But I don't know how the writers are going to true that.
Joe Kelly got more games because he cussed out the bullpen than that entire team. And I understand they needed to not give these guys games in order for them to talk about the biggest cheating Ponzi in North American sports.
Mike Fiers, the Oakland A.
Are we on
the
4?
Whistleblower.
I'm sorry if we're on 4.
We're on number 3.
Okay.
Number 3.
Let's talk a little bit of baseball, or football, excuse me. Moving on from the baseball, Emmanuel Acho had this to say about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Has the Super Bowl drought for the Kansas City Chiefs started? Here's why I suggest that. We all forget, in the midst of praising Tom Brady, which we absolutely should, the Patriots didn't win a Super Bowl for 10 years. From 2004 to 2014, they did not win a championship. They won 3, 10-year break, 3. Patrick Mahomes has already won his 3. Right. Are we in the midst of his 10-year hiatus? Why I'm suggesting that is the Eagles, from a roster perspective, are way, 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 way better than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Baltimore Ravens, from a roster perspective, are way, way, way better than the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills, from a roster perspective, are not way better than the Kansas City Chiefs, but they are starting to close the gap. The Chargers, they are up and coming. Jim Harbaugh, in his second year with the San Francisco 49ers, went to the Super Bowl. It's Jim Harbaugh's second year with the Los Angeles Chargers. Who knows what can happen? Has the drought begun for the Kansas City Chiefs, and is everybody just afraid to say it because it is sacrilegious to talk about Patrick Mahomes, and it's sacrilegious to talk about Andy Reid?
Does Emmanuel Acho have a point? Are we already in the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl drought despite the prestige of their coach and quarterback?
No. His argument is, hey, this happened to the Patriots 20 years ago. Therefore, this is going to happen to the Chiefs now. This is because the Eagles have a great roster who are in the NFC. And the Baltimore Ravens, who the Chiefs beat every time they play, are in the AFC but have a better roster as well. That, I don't understand the line of logic. I understand the regression that's probably going to hit Kansas City. But the great equalizer is having a great coach and a great quarterback. Kansas City's got both. I don't anticipate Kansas City just going to fly to the background. And don't forget, Patriots went to 2 Super Bowls in between.
Yep.
One of which they were 17-0 coming into the game.
Good shout.
So there's that as well. But I understand they lost. But, I mean, it was one of the best teams of all time coming in playing the Giants. I mean, that still happened. So it's not like they just were, Brady tore his ACL in the meantime of that as well. He missed a year with the Matt Castle year.
Yep.
So this stuff all happened. And then they had the turnover of the rosters, whatever it might be. I don't think I'm ready to say that. I don't think it's fair to say that right now. They lost to a better team. The great equalizer is the quarterback and the head coach. That Eagle roster is not going to be that Eagle roster forever.
And Colin hit the nail on the head there. They were still very competitive and in Super Bowls during that run. I mean, it's hard to win, guys. You guys, we all watch sports. We all know how hard it is to win. That's why when your team wins, you're jumping for joy. You're kissing the ground. You're thanking God. So it's like, I'm not going to sit here and say Mahomes and Andy Reid are never going to, or aren't going to even sniff anything for the next 10 years. I think something we do need to look out for, though, I want to throw this in there, boys. I mean, how long is Andy Reid going to do it? I think I think Acho's point should have been Andy Reid's probably retiring soon. The Chiefs are probably going to have to retool whatever, I don't want to say the culture because we always have Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is probably going to play for umpteen more years. As long as you have the quarterback figured out, you're set. But it's like, I think at some point they're going to have to retool because Andy Reid's going to retire. That's the take that I think Acho should have had. And I don't think you could compare the Patriots, Brady, and Belichick to anybody. I don't think anybody is going to do what the Patriots did, and that's have 3 dynasties in about 20 years. It's really hard to do, guys.
Number 4.
Let's go back to baseball because Mike's favorite baseball team is in trouble. We had Jonte Porter in the NBA. We now have Malik Beasley also in the NBA from the Pistons. What are they in trouble for? Gambling. Suspicious uptick in gambling on certain player props. Well, it's come to baseball. It's gone to the Gardos of the Cleveland baseball team, and there is an MLB investigation into irregular betting activity on the specific pitch, the first pitch of X inning, to be a ball, a simple prop you can make online. Well, these spikes, these upticks on so many people betting that the first pitch of the inning is going to be a ball happened when Luis Ortiz was on the mound for the Guardians. And the first pitch of those innings, where a crazy amount of dollars and bets were placed on that pitch being a ball, he spikes them. One of them didn't even make it to the clay. The other one in the dirt automatically. Do you think that this is going to be a common trend going forward in the world of widespread legalized sports gambling?
The one thing I'll say is I saw it's 2 different plays in 2 different games, the first pitch of 2 different games, and they were uncompetitive pitches. It was the first pitch of a game, but they were like, sliders that lost control that sort of hit the dirt.
I don't know. One of them,
it's
the
spike
third
is
inning,
insane.
And
the spike is crazy.
It comes about 3 feet short of hitting.
And it's funny, boys. Because
what is the draw though? Like what? There was millions of dollars on this.
Yeah,
bet
a bunch of money. Yes. So like, what the MLB probably thinks happened was some people, wise guys, let's call them, reached out to Luis Ortiz and said, "Hey, dude, you throw a ball in the dirt, we're going to give you this amount of money." Like, they're betting the money on him to throw a ball. They're thinking Louis is involved on it somehow. Hey, listen, first off, Guards have lost 7 in a row. It is a complete disgrace of a season. And now for this to happen to the team, I mean, they're finished. We don't need to worry about that team anymore. With that said, I do think that this is going to be a thing we're going to continue to see. It's what happens when you make gambling as prominent as it is. And listen, I love our good friends at Hard Rock Bet. Please gamble responsibly. But at the same time, you're going to get things like this when you see things. When the floodgates, how about that? I think that's what you said, Christian, are open to gambling like this.
Colin, so I don't know what your question is on this. You think that he's innocent?
No, I'm wondering what line. I mean, there's no way that you could put millions of dollars on the first pitch being a ball there. What is the siren? You know what I mean? Like,
well,
the
multiple
amount of money.
people the thinking. Sorry, Christian. The thinking process is multiple people are involved on this. They reached out to the individual.
I understand
and
that.
then,
I'm talking about the actual the amount.
Yes.
How much is the red flag? That's my question. I assume there's caps on what you could put on that specific bet. I'm just confused on what. What the red flag.
If you look at these three people's accounts, who happen to be the guys that have the tip that are in the know, if the most money they've ever bet were on these two separate occasions, and it happened to be a very specific prop bet on this very specific pitcher to throw a ball at this moment in time, that feels like not a coincidence.
Right.
You just so happen to have the $50,000 urge that time and that time for the same pitcher? There's got to be something fishy there.
Christian, I don't know if you remember this.
But just 2 times. Keep that in mind.
It only takes one.
I think
you can't do that after one time. That you can't prove anything, right?
I think you brought this up. Wasn't there a college Ponzi going on? Didn't a college team was getting red flagged because someone or some entity kept betting against the college team, and the team started losing to the point where they launched an investigation against the coach. Coach was found guilty, lost his job. I think there is something along the lines of that. We've seen this before. I think on the baseball side is what I'm trying to say. Was it at the college level? Sure.
Yes. North Carolina A&T recently suspended 3 basketball players, including their top scorers, for violating team rules involving gambling.
Okay, so it was basketball. But in the end of the day, like, dude, to answer the long-winded answer Christian's question, are you going to continue to see this? I mean, absolutely. We forgot about the guy with the Raptors. What was his name? He's banned from the league.
Jonte Porter.
Banned from the league.
But when you can bet on these very specific outcomes that are not team-dependent, and it only takes the pitcher on the mound to determine whether or not he will intentionally throw a ball. And pitches get away from him all the time. But you thought you were going to get away with it, but the paper trail and the irregular betting patterns show it. It's almost like we talked about it earlier in the show about if you are counting cards, it's not just the decisions that you make when playing blackjack. It's the decision of how much you're going to bet, because you know that you're more likely going to get a good hand at this point in time because you counted the cards. But casinos, which is not illegal, but it's frowned upon, and they'll kick you out for it, will register your irregular betting practices, the wager amounts. It's going from a $5 bet to a $10,000 bet. You know something that we don't know because you are counting cards. These sports books, these bettors, know something that the public doesn't know because they went from a $100 money line bet to a $50,000. I think the first pitch of the third inning is going to be a ball. That is a clear and obvious paper trail that is definitely prosecutable.
It is. And listen.
The first one, I'm looking at it right now. Like, the first one is not bad. That second one is bad.
I mean, he spiked it, and the story I was going to tell you guys about that, I sit in Discord with the buddies in Cleveland with the boys. We're watching the game. My buddy goes, dude, did you guys just see that? We remember Louis Ortiz throwing that specific pitch.
Wait, really?
Yes. My buddy Zach hit me up. He goes, Mike, we were in court for that, and I remember specifically telling you Ortiz just threw the most uncompetitive pitch I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not a coincidence, dude. It's not. And like I said, I'm a miserable Guardian fan. I'm all pissed off about not only that, but also the 7-game losing streak. You're going to continue to see it. I'll end with this. Pete Rose, you're gatekeeping Pete Rose out of the Hall of Fame. I think he should be in. You're going to have to change a lot of these things.
Oh, you got to lay the hammer down.
Yeah,
this is.
You're going to have to change a lot of the like. Go ahead. I'm at a loss of words at this point.
Throw the book at this guy.
Yeah,
this
you
is
have
awful.
to. You have to.
Number 5.
Happy 4th of July weekend, folks. We get the day off tomorrow, honoring this great country that we live and breathe in. My question for you, Mike, and you, Colin, what is the most American thing? Could be an idea. Could be a food item. Could be a movie. Could be a person. What is the most American thing you can think of when you're put against the barrel right here, right now? You're on the spot.
Fighter jets and fireworks.
All right.
And gluttony.
It's funny. For me, it's like feeling safe. I don't know.
Oh, all right. Jeez.
It's feeling safe.
A little sentimental here.
Yeah, it is, though. Honest to God.
Think of those in Baghdad.
It is. Feeling safe. Some we would take.
America
some we take for granted.
has some non-pretty spots. Go to the subway in Brooklyn.
But at the same time,
feeling safe.
Feeling safe for me.
Then you know what? I'm going to paint you guys into corners and give you less hypothetical, or I'm going to give you more chalked lines.
Okay.
What's the most American movie you can think of?
Fighter jets and fireworks.
The new Top Gun. I was just about to say.
Top Gun Maverick.
The new Top Gun.
That movie's America.
It is.
Right there.
It is.
I got to go Independence Day, the original one. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago, how my favorite, scene to play on the Jumbotron at a baseball game or a social event is the speech of the president in that movie before they light off the fireworks. Man, if you want to feel good about America, watch Independence Day, because we not only save our own, we don't fight for our freedom as Americans, we save the damn world. You got to be kidding me. Independence Day is the most American movie, patriotic movie I can think of.
Uncle Eddie in that movie is great.
Yes.
I forget Colin, you might know his actor name. Uncle Eddie in Independence Day.
Uncle Eddie, you're thinking of like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah,
the
same
dad,
actor.
He's the dad in the, and he saves the day at the, spoiler alert on Independence Day, he saves the day at the end.
That's a
Nothing says, and that's another one with pilots.
Oh,
nothing
that's true.
Nothing says America like pilots. That is America.
Ooh, all right. So I'm gonna pull up this thread a little bit more. Are there any more that we can think of that are patriotic? One, and involve flying. Two, is
flying planes.
Yeah, flying planes.
Is Sully an American? Is that an American movie?
What about the one where the pilot's drunk? Is that the Denzel Washington?
Flight?
Is Flight patriotic or no?
No, it's not patriotic.
No. Guy being drunk, saving the day.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
There's a 9/11 movie about the passengers who overtook the cockpit. That is very United 93.
United 93.
Yeah,
that's a very patriotic movie, and it's a very sad movie. Very patriotic.
Came out when I was in like
indeed.
sixth grade maybe.
Have you ever seen the movie with Tom Cruise where he's a drug mule for the cartel?
Yeah,
that movie's very American.
Dude, hang on.
It's called American Made.
Who's the actress? Who's the actress in it? She, the wife is.
I have not seen that movie. No,
I only seen
Colin, the wife is an absolute knockout in that movie.
Right. Yeah, that movie's Tom Cruise like being a pilot, but he's like a drug mule.
And the brother does him in. The brother-in-law, because he's an idiot, is ultimately, I think, who did him in. Based on a true story, by the way, that movie.
Yeah, that movie's USA for sure as well.
Ooh, I got a lot of What's the one about Tuskegee? The
Tuskegee Air Fighters?
Yes, there's a movie about that. Very patriotic, very American, I guess a success story in dark segregation times where they made a breakthrough in the military. I'm going to look up the name.
I have not seen this one.
So boys, can I bring up one that doesn't involve fighter jets or whatever? The Sandlot. It's one of the most American movies ever.
It's because it takes place during July 4th as well. But yeah,
right, but you know what I mean?
Baseball.
But like,
backyard
baseball.
Backyard baseball, neighborhood
And remember
pool.
when they're playing baseball under the fireworks and Benny cracks one of the outfield, they all look up to try to catch the ball. No one catches the ball, and they all just start watching fireworks.
Red Tails got Cuba Gooding Jr. in it, who's had a fall off. Is he okay? Someone got a wellness check on Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't seen that one.
Do you guys want to know who was a knockout as well at the time? Was Wendy Peppercorn in The Sandlot?
Yeah,
we talked about
Wendy Peppercorn was a knockout.
Was that the
original
lifeguard?
Yeah, the lifeguard.
Mike, you were absent.
Who squints? Sorry, Christian. Who squints ends up marrying
in real life?
Yeah, well, in the movie.
Oh, okay. There's a sequel to Sandlot.
There's a second one which we will not talk about.
I told Colin this last week when you were gone, Mike. Sandlot is one of my least liked movies of all time.
Oh my God, no.
I hate it.
I grew up on it. We were watching on repeat, honestly. Absolutely love that movie. Benny the Jet, baby.
War movies to me are always very patriotic.
Saving Private Ryan. Very American movie.
Yeah.
Unreal. That's my favorite war movie. By the way, favorite war movie, Saving Private Ryan.
Christian and I have said this before. I've got a soft spot for this movie. This movie's got a lot of America in it. The Red Dawn, not the old
Yes.
one, the new one.
Yeah,
with
no, the
Josh
old one
Peck.
is great.
It starts with a high school football game, Friday Night Lights, with Josh Peck at quarterback, and then it segues into, I think, North Korean invasion, and then it finishes off with United States rebellion defending their home turf.
Wolverines!
That movie is the United States. That movie's America right there.
That came out while I was in high school, and I was thinking, damn, I kind of want this to happen. I want to see what happens if I was in the situation.
I don't. Remember what
That
I led off
movie-
with? I love the U.S. because I feel safe. Christian, I do not want Armageddon here in the United States.
The one they got like the drum roll on the finishing part. They got a flag that they're running through, like a high school field that's been turned into like a prison. It's it's Josh Peck, who is like a childhood actor, like
Liam
laugh about
Hemsworth,
it.
I believe. Or
Chris Hemsworth is in.
Chris Hemsworth, yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, yeah, funny, great movie, guilty pleasure. Nothing about it is great, but it's a good guilty pleasure of mine. I think I watch it once a year at least.
Dude, you are insane.
I think I watch.
You
Red
watch
Dawn,
that
the Red
once
Dawn-
a year?
The Red Dawn remake.
Dude, the
I think
original is great.
I watched it like I know the original one is
With
great.
Swayze, with Patrick
with
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze and the horses and everything.
Yeah.
Good movie. But there's something about the other one.
Hang on. Do you want to know what else? And I know we got to get to break. Do you want to know what else is American? Roadhouse.
Yeah. That's an American movie.
Everything can be solved with a leg kick and a good punch to the face.
Yeah,
That's what that movie taught me.
I've never watched any of those Chuck Norris movies. I've perpetuated the memes and on Facebook. Is Chuck Norris in?
It's Patrick Swayze.
No, that's Patrick Swayze.
It's Patrick Swayze
What's Chuck Norris
in
do?
Roadhouse.
Like I've only known Chuck Norris in him when he was featured.
What's the
in
show?
Dodgeball.
I don't know.
He was in the original Expendables. He was in a number of
But there's a
different things.
show, guys, that Chuck Norris is known for that I don't know the name, but I'm sure people screaming into the radio right now.
Let's see if Jeff knows. 888-760-3776, number to get into the program July 4th weekend. Up about, we welcome in Jeff Boynton Beach. Jeff, welcome into the program. How are you?
Good, guys. I love the show. Chuck Norris was Walker, Texas Ranger.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. I told you.
Good shout.
I told you.
Good shout. That's why we
Come
need
on.
Jeff. Yeah.
You got
Sorry,
that?
Jeff.
And the American bald eagle, right? You know that's American.
Yep.
And then Rocky with the Apollo Creed.
Oh,
American
yeah. Rocky
swords when they're
4.
fighting.
Rocky 4.
Come on, boys.
Absolutely.
Be better. We got.
Jeff's disappointed in us.
The best Apollo Creed's fighting Drago to Jeff's point. He come on, let's touch gloves. Slams his gloves. I must break you.
Yeah. Rocky 4.
What about when he came down with James Brown in the original?
Living in America.
Right, exactly.
It's a decision.
Oh, that's a big American movie. Good call, Jeff. Appreciate you chiming in. Yeah, Jeff's on point with that. That is an American flick.
It's also very socially
Throw in the
acceptable.
towel. Sorry, guys. I love that Rocky 4 so much.
It feels like the only acceptable, like when you talk about American exceptionalism and we are the best, we are number one, we are number one, sometime that lashes out as pointing at a different country, pointing at different people and saying, well, you suck. You're worse than us. And you can do that with Russia. We can hate on Russia all we want. And it's in movies and stuff like that. So that's a nice little American is number one. We beat up on Russia.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, yeah.
It's
They're
a
always the bad guys.
decision.
Them or North Korea are the token bad guys whenever we need somebody.
Right.
You know, like in a movie, it's always going to be the Russians. It's always going to be like the North Koreans.
You've watched more Bond than I have, I assume, but aren't oftentimes the Bond villain or the Mission Impossible villain, aren't they oftentimes just
Christian,
Russian
there's
dudes?
a movie that's
No.
hang on. There's a movie from Russia with Love.
Is that
It's
a Bond
movie?
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's from the 70s, and I think I've said this on air. Papa Chuck would watch us as kids. He loved the Bond movies. We would always watch From Russia with Love.
Oh.
Blonde girl in it, absolute smoke show,
dude.
But not. You'd be surprised. I mean, they jump around. I think it's more about
you
the
like
actor
that,
as the
Christian?
villain.
Blonde woman from Russia with Love was drop dead gorgeous.
Okay.
Is Titanic an American movie?
No.
Isn't it a British? Is it a British boat?
It's just a question. It's just a question.
No,
I don't think so.
No, it's not. But I love Leo.
It's an American ship.
But
It's American ship. It sailed from Northern Ireland.
that's what I was asking. Okay, but here, can I say
So
something?
look how bad our industry is. Like that's what it kind of feels
Leo,
like. It's the
DiCap-
opposite.
I don't know. I just feel like kind of like the the romanticism. I feel like that's a little American.
The most un-American thing ever was Leo not winning an Academy Award for that, by the way.
Back to the Future, is that an American movie?
No. Why?
No. I wouldn't
It's a
say so.
sci-fi.
Movie.
Really?
I think that's an American movie because when you go back in time, American in the
It's like saying Star Wars is American.
No, it's not. That's not even close.
Yes, it is.
Not even. No, it's not.
It's both
Mike,
futuristic.
It takes place in America. It takes place in
All right.
it goes to the 80s and then it goes down to the 50s.
I think you're dead wrong here, but listen, maybe I'm in the minority on that.
Air Force One.
Yeah, that's an American movie.
In the air, on the plane.
Is that Harrison Ford?
Yeah, man.
That's a ridiculous finish when he's hanging on the wire, going 30,000 feet in the air, and he's that was a ridiculous finish. Ridiculous finish. But nonetheless, a good movie nonetheless.
Got another one. Kind of the two same movies that came out very similar in time to one another. One was Black Hawk Down, and one was Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, Olympus Has Fallen. Is that the one where?
It's like it's an American movie. It's about one American guy taking down
I think Black Hawk Down.
What's the movie?
Black Hawk Down is about the Black Hawk helicopter that went down. It was in Iraq.
Okay, never mind.
And it was a true story. It's a true story, and a lot of it. Yeah, it was like it might have been in Africa. I think it might have been. I could have been wrong.
Boys, Olympus Has Fallen is that guy who some people say I look like is just kicking everybody's butt and saves the blonde hair.
Gerard Butler.
That's
like
it.
token good guy, like killing a bunch of people. That's what that movie
Another
is.
hand up. It's White House Down.
Okay.
That's the movie that's the same exact premise as Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down.
Yes.
That came out within 2 years of one another.
Channing Tatum instead, right?
And-
Yeah. Jamie Foxx is the president, and they're rolling around in the tank in the dude. That was a good movie. I can't lie.
Olympus Has Fallen was better. I don't know.
It was, but
Much better.
But the Channing Tatum movie, I still got into.
Have you guys seen Pain and Gain with Michael Bay?
One of the
Mark Wahlberg?
worst movies I've ever seen, Colin.
Hold on.
One of the worst movies I've ever
Hear
seen.
me out. You're wrong here.
Why?
That movie's American.
How?
That movie's about a bunch of roided up bodybuilders who start robbing banks in pursuit of the American dream.
You like that movie?
I love that movie.
Oh, my God. We
Big
saw
fan.
that. My buddy Gomer and I saw that in theaters. It took everything I had to keep Gomer in his seat from not walking out of the movie theater.
No.
You want to know what else is?
That movie's American.
Now, if that
I think
movie's
you're wrong
American,
there.
you're probably going to say Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is America. And once again, one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
I don't think that movie's America. It's a decent movie. It's not
Terrible. With the ranting, and I've said this before, I'm not Tarantino. Outside of Pulp Fiction, which was great, I'm not Tarantino movie guy. Reservoir Dogs, I said to my boys, we watched that in college. Everyone's like, oh, great movie. I was the guy who had, what was the point? I find myself asking that question at the end of Tarantino movies. What in the hell was the point of the movie?
My movie night was canceled, Colin. I was supposed to see the zombie movie tonight, but my dog went to the vet. And apparently she's very sad because they had to shave part of her leg in order to fix a wound. So I can't see 28 years later tonight.
Because the dog is sad?
She's sad?
Yeah, we got to be there for her.
Can the dog go to the movie theater? No, definitely not. You can't bring a dog
I feel
to
like
the
you get away with a lot
Watch
nowadays.
it. How about this? You want a zombie movie? Watch the movie where,
World
help
War
me
Z.
out, Colin. Super bad girl, good looking girl, and super bad.
Zombieland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zombieland.
Dude,
That movie's
Zombieland's
American.
amazing.
That movie's American.
With Bill Murray
That's an
on the
American
golf course?
movie.
Who's it, Bill
That's
Murray?
an American movie. That's an American movie. That's a good shot right there. That's an
Kyle,
American
isn't it
movie.
Bill Murray on the golf course with the zombies pretending?
Point Break, Patrick
Yes, it is
Swayze,
Bill
Keanu
Murray.
Reeves. That is an American movie. Have you both seen it? It's about surfers
Never.
who in L.A. who gets infiltrated by the FBI and they start robbing banks. That and they skydive. That's America.
The Town?
That's just about a bunch of bank
That's a
robbers.
Boston movie. That's its
a
own
Boston movie.
subculture.
Fair
where
enough.
Boston has the town, and it has the Departed, and it's got what's another one? Just another Boston
Are Fast
movie.
and Furious movies American? I just
We're
think
reaching,
the
you
idea of
guys.
them-
We are. By the way, we are officially reaching now.
I think the idea of them are American.
Yes.
It's a gluttonous film franchise.
Yes, I think
that is America.
When Europeans make fun of America, they say, with your supersize me, with your big meals, and your Fast and Furious.
Is anything... All right. If that's the case...
dead on here. Christian is dead on
all
there.
right. If
that's a knock against Americans. That is how American that movie is.
If that's the case, anything with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an American movie because his shtick is blowing things up and leaving waste in his behind.
Except for Scorpion King.
And except for Pain and Gain.
Really good. Hang on. I like it. Is that The Mummy, Scorpion King?
Something like
it. It was good. The Mummy, I liked that movie. The Mummy with him as the Scorpion King. Yeah, I liked it. Not bad.
Christian Cat, Mike Rizzo, Colin Russo. We got to take a time out here. We'll be back closing out the program on a July the 3rd edition of Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar and Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar and Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
I'm not going to put away my fireworks just yet because there's another national holiday I wait for every year. And if you're not tapped in yet, you don't have to worry because McDonald's has got you. July 6th is National Fried Chicken Day, and they're throwing a party with deals you won't want to miss. It's a very special day for those of us who appreciate the crispy things in life, the crunchy, juicy, peppery things in life. And McDonald's always knows what to do for my favorite holiday. That's why I've set my alarm to get there early for a delicious crispy chicken biscuit or sweet chicken McGriddles. And if I sleep through it, I know another will eventually get me up for the peppery 3-piece McCrispy strips or 6-piece chicken McNuggets, each for just $1, only in the app. I know. It's a chicken lover's dream. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid one time, only in the app. Reward members only.
Don't just stand there. Everything you need to turn $1 into an epic win is in your hand. Hard Rock Bet. Bet it, parlay it, boost it. However you want to do it. From wherever you are to the moon. Bet anytime a line, prop, or parlay catches your eye. And withdraw cash when you want it. Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. New players bet $5 and get $150 instantly in bonus bets. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Elevate your game, elevate your experience. Discover the Club at Lost Lake. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Let's get back to the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. This is Russo and Rizzo on ESPN 106.3.
July 4th, weekend or not, thick of the summer here in South Florida. It's hot outside. Rain or shine. It is humid, sticky. It is hot basically all hours of the day. You got to make sure your air conditioning unit is up to speed and running properly. Don't be one of those people that has a system breakdown in the heat of the summer when it's hard to get it back up and running and you're just going to be sitting in your own sweat. Don't be that type of person. 90% of system breakdowns on AC units less than 10 years old, they could have been prevented if the unit had been regularly and properly maintained by a professional. John C. Cassidy Air Conditioning and Plumbing have been proudly serving Palm Beach County since 1960. They keep your home cool and comfortable, and if you're somebody who wants to make sure that your unit is up to date, you could have one of their highly trained technicians troubleshoot, perform diagnostic checks, and come to your home to make sure your system is up to speed. And best part is, it doesn't even matter what brand it is or what age it is. They'll do it with any type of system. That's what John C. Cassidy does for you, the locally serviced and produced option for air conditioning and HVAC units. And the best part, they're part of our local community. They support organizations like the Palm Beach Gardens Youth Athletic Association and the YMCA. You name it, they got it. Contact them today. Go to CassidyAC.com for more information. That's CassidyAC.com. Colin Russo, Mike Rizzo, Christian Catt, Russo and Rizzo, ESPN 106.3, July the 3rd, 2025. If you missed any of the program today, go listen back. Podcast format, Russo and Rizzo on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, all those great places. So we talked about it a bit a couple hours ago on Theoretically Speaking. Apparently there's a sports radio host in Phoenix, Arizona, I want to say, who has an inside scoop that the Lakers are actively hoping, looking, shopping, looking to get rid of LeBron and his 1-year contract in favor of getting something in return to that. We talked to Jonathan Zazzo and Theoretically Speaking. He said, hey, well, either he retires and they get nothing, or he doesn't retire and they can trade him and get something out of it. Mike, are you putting validity into these claims made by this sports radio host in Arizona?
Let's rewind 2 weeks ago. Remember I asked you, Kyle, the new ownership bought the Lakers, and I said, do you think they want to go in another direction, this and that? Listen, that's an expensive LeBron James. Do we agree with that?
You mean the contract?
Yeah. Do we agree?
1 year, $53 million?
Do we agree that's a bit expensive?
Yes.
So I think that the new ownership group doesn't want LeBron. They want to move on from LeBron. They want to move on to Luka. And I think this move that they made for Ayton Ayton, I understand he's no spring chicken, Kyle. Still younger-ish. So, I think the Lakers are ready to move on to after LeBron. I am buying stock. I don't think LeBron wants to be there either. I think LeBron and the Lakers, I think that's run its course. Listen, I don't know if Joe Schmo in Phoenix, Arizona knows anything, but I do think there's something to be said that there's a new ownership group that bought the Lakers. I think they're ready to move on post the LeBron James era Lakers. I think Jeannie Buss, and listen, I understand Jeannie probably still has some say in the organization, but I think LeBron and Jeannie were the close ones. I think LeBron worked closely with her. So, I don't know. I'm not buying stock into the Phoenix man, but I am buying stock in the sense of I think the new ownership group wants to move on from Bron, and I think Bron understands he doesn't have that many years left at a really high level. Maybe he wants to move on to a Cleveland Cavalier, please, or a Golden State Warrior and go try to get another title.
His son's on the team.
They can move him. Are you kidding me? You think LeBron and Rich Paul would leave the Sun in L.A.? They'll move him. They could trade him.
So he's just going to follow LeBron on LeBron's quest to get a final.
It's LeBron. He can do whatever the hell he wants. Guess what? It's LeBron James. Do whatever the hell he wants.
Now you're messing with your son's career at this point, no?
Probably. Might be onto something there. My best guess is that if Bron gets traded...
Then LeBron retires, and they're sitting together in Cleveland when Bronny has no connection to Cleveland, and he just played the whole year with the Lakers. I mean, that's my perspective. They drafted his son. They're not going to want to capitalize on a retirement tour. It's going to be the hottest ticket in the league.
I think that, listen, this is talking from a Cleveland guy. I would love for LeBron to come home for a retirement tour. We need him too. We need a 6'9" guy who could do it all. All right, get rid of Garland, send his ass to L.A., and trade everything that isn't Mobley, Mitchell, and have Mobley, Mitchell, and LeBron and go try to win a title. Completely fine with that. And Bronny could star in the G League in Canton.
So this is just off the idea that you want LeBron to play for the Cavaliers, what you think LeBron doesn't want to be there anymore?
I think it's run its course. Do you not think that the LA LeBron has ran its course?
Why would he want to move? Why did he just pick up his player option? If he does, the whole idea, if he wanted to go somewhere, he would have declined his player option.
Is he helping? Is he helping this Joe Schmo in Phoenix? Maybe is he helping the Lakers by picking that up and maybe getting something in a trade for him?
Then he can't control where he goes. What's the point of doing that?
Maybe it's already. Listen, Rich Paul is a genius. Maybe it's already figured out, Cal. Yeah, listen, I told you I'll listen to a conspiracy theory.
If he wanted
I'll
to go
listen
wherever
to a conspiracy theory.
If he wanted to go wherever he wanted, he would have declined the player option and went wherever he wanted. Instead of picking up the player option and having the Lakers have to jump through 60 hoops trying to make the contracts work. That's the problem.
Ask me, Cal, do me a favor. Ask me, put your Cleveland bias aside, is there anything to the LeBron situation right now?
Is there Cleveland aside, is there anything to LeBron?
Absolutely not. He's going to play for the Lakers next year.
Right.
I want to believe.
Let's think about it from a business perspective.
You're
it's
right.
It's going to be the hottest ticket in the history of the NBA. It's his retirement tour.
But how about this? Come back home, baby. Come back home and let's win a title. The league, listen, we found out that the draft lottery is fixed. How about they fix the whole damn season for Cleveland to win with LeBron one more time? One more time. That's it. That's all I'm asking. You already fixed the lottery for Cooper Flagg to go to the Mavericks. That too much to ask, Kyle? You think that'll get ratings up? Would people watch that? Hell yeah is the answer.
Decline your player option. You go sign with Cleveland. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, my God. Colin, I'm completely reaching. Obviously, there's nothing to this. He's going to play for the Lakers.
Go sign your player option.
Brother, he'll play for the Lakers next year. They'll get bounced in the playoffs by a younger team, and we'll be in the same exact situation as we were last summer. Am I wrong on that?
Retirement tour. Create the hottest ticket in the history of the NBA. 41 games at the crypto arena, wherever
you know
they call
I'm
it.
right, though. People would watch him back at home winning another title.
Mow his lawn.
But what I'm saying is it would get rated. Kyle, the ratings would be through the wazoo. Through the gym.
Retirement tour would do just fine. It's going to do just fine. His last season, 41 games in L.A., I have a hard time. I mean, they sell anyway. I have a hard time seeing them pass up that opportunity.
He wore his coming home, like the hat he wore the other day, Kyle, was the one he wore when he was coming home. Come on home, Bron. Come on home. He wore that hat, though, at a charity function when he came back home.
Oh, my bad.
Come back home.
nonsense. Mike Rizzo, Christian Cat, Colin Russo. It's been Russo and Rizzo saying so long. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. We'll be back at it on Monday with regularly scheduled programming. Enjoy the holiday. ESPN 106.3.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium.